My dad works for Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. And he's letting me test out Grand Theft Auto 6 on my Switch, too.
Well, last night, I was actually contacted by a PlayStation employee who's currently playtesting the PS5, and they revealed a lot of very interesting details to me that I want to actually talk to you about today.
What a bunch of fucking bullshit.
But the main console he was talking to me about actually had NVIDIA tech in it.
Oh shit, here we go again.
On hardcore stuff that's already on store shelves. Now, I'm using the thing based on because nothing in consoles is ever just straight up the store shelves and put in your console. It's always customized to some degree, mostly because they want to try and make it affordable, but also because they want to make sure that every piece of it perfectly integrates together. Well, in this, the NVIDIA tech is actually based on, let me read it off here, the GTX 660. So the 660 technology that's coming out now, that's sort of being talked about, that's what it's in. This is strong stuff, but not mind-blowing stuff. Basically, now let's start off by talking a little bit about resolution. Now, right now, a lot of games are basically run at 720p or 1080p, but there has been talk about in the future maybe some consoles being able to actually hit 4K natively, or maybe even 8K natively.
No, I'm afraid I just blew myself.
Now, the reason I talk about this is because higher definition graphics are an interesting idea, but they're something that's definitely part of the future. Right now, if you wanted to buy an 8K television, it's thousands and thousands of dollars. They're kind of an impossible idea right now, but they're definitely a part of the plan. Everything is going to end up looking photorealistic. Well, according to my source, some of the games they're testing right now, well, a lot of them are very, very early on, of course.
See what we got in here. Ringo.
It's pretty clear to say that it's not going to be like giant open world games. If there's like dragons breathing fire on top of a castle and stuff, that's not going to be 8K. Instead, that stuff will be like a good strong 4K, but other things like racing games or corridor shooters, those things will actually be able to possibly hit 8K natively, and the way this is done is because it has 14 teraflops of CPU power inside it. This is a lot of computing, and to give you a little bit of perspective, keep in mind that the PlayStation 4 Pro has 4.2 teraflops, so this is like 3 times stronger, which is a pretty significant leap.
I got it.
Okay, good.
Just relax. Here, 6, 7 attack. You got 2 6s. It's a trick question.
Well,
Now, it's not as big as some people may think, simply because remember that the jump from 1080p to 4K is 4 times the resolution. Here's like an infographic to try and display that. It's a pretty big leap, so trying to go from 4K to 8K is another significant gap. This is partially assisted by the fact that the PS5 apparently has 16 gigabytes of RAM inside it. This is again not super shocking and is a good sign though. It's basically saying that this will be a very nice step up from current consoles, but not such a giant leap ahead that the consoles will possibly cost $600.
半端ないぞ。半端がない。マジやめろ。やめろ。これだけはあかんって。おいやめろ。ほんまやめろ。やめろって。ほんまやめろ。やめろ。おい。やめろって。